Hello, this is Nature and Cycling, and I'm here to make a video based on new versus old specification on bikes from 2022 and onwards. This is just to make a clarification for those who's willing of buying a bike so they know where they're placing their money. Now, if you're the type of person who's just going to ride the bike, who's not going to change the wheels, you're not going to upgrade the forks or anything, then this bike here, Specialized Rock Up, I would recommend, is a really good bike, really good entry bike. However, for those who are looking to upgrade this bike, there's a few things that you need to know. The first thing is first, this is a 1/8 head tube that you see here. This uses ZS, that means zero stack 44 headset. Now, because this uses the straight headset, was 1/8, okay? It's not tapered. It's not 1/8 to 1.5. You're not using tapered headset. This is just normal 1/8 ZS44 headset. Now, you're going to be limited to forks like the SRAM RockShox, Recon TK. The latest version will be the coil version. You have the SRAM RockShox RLs, what will be the Solar Air version. You have the RockShox Judies that you can get on the bike, Solar Air. You got Fox 32 floats that you'll be able to buy. On their website, it will show it as 1.125 was 1.25, but also it's the same specification and measurements as the 1/8. They just measure their one in inches, so it's still the same thing. They use this the straight stereo. The next forks you can get would be the Manitou Mark IV forks that will fit on the bike, and the front end would all take 9mm dropouts. So they all got 9mm dropouts for quickly to fit in there. They're all going to be 100mm forks. Okay, so the difference between old and specification, the new one is tapered. It's 1/8 to 1.5. So, but what most companies do, they do mix and match. So depending on what bike you're running to, you buy your top end, buy your bottom end, you purchase it and you put onto your bike. Different bikes comes with different specification, but you really want tapered to run all the forks you want to run on the market. Your wheels, because they run on the old specification as 100mm 135 at the rear, this is a 9mm dropout, okay, at the back you see here, and you run at 135. 135 I'm talking about is from this part here all the way to this part. It would be known as OLD, overlock not dimensions. The first thing you gotta keep in mind, you're gonna be limited to wheels because all the wheels on the market runs on bikes like 142, 148, what's known as Boost, 150, 157, what's known as the Super Boost. So the first thing you have to keep in mind, are you willing of buying new wheels? And if yes, you got the Nuke Proof Neutron V2s. These are the 29-inch wheels. Okay. You got the Nuke Proof Horizon V2s. What's the better version to this? This is the 36 engagement, and you got the V2 that runs on 102 engagement. Now, the wheels that you're going to be able to have on the bike is going to be just this. You're going to have the Maverick Cross rides they can put on. The new Maverick Cross Max that they released that can be put on. However, they also sell the quick release, what comes with the adapter for the front wheel. The back end also comes with the adapter for the rear, what's at the back there. So it will be the 12mm for axle to the 9mm quick release, and it'll be the 15mm to 9mm quick release at the front. So if you're looking to upgrade your bike, remember your wheels are going to be limited. The next wheels that you'll be able to get would be Hope Fortis 23. You got the Hope Fortis 26. You don't want to go beyond the Hope Fortis 26 because if you go beyond the 26, your rim's going to be too wide. Especially for these bikes what runs on the 2.35 tires. So you have to make sure the wheels that you're buying, your tires is suitable to run on those rims. You got a cheaper option, what's called Brand X, you can get off Chain Racer Cycles. That's the next wheel set you can get onto your bike if you really want that. You got another company was called Industry 9. They have 11 wheels, but they'll start around from the price of probably like £680 up into 1,000 plus. So when you're buying a bike that runs an old specification, you're going to be limited on forks because you got 1/1/8 stereo tube. What's up here? You're going to be limited on your wheels because it's 100mm at the front. It's not the 110mm, what is known as boost. And you don't have that 15mm for axle at the front because this is quick release. Now, at the rear that you have here, this is normal 135. It's not 142. It's not 148. It's not 150. It's not 157 of any of those type of sizes. So you're going to be very limited for your wheels at the back. So if you're willing to upgrade and you want to have all the wheels that you can get, all the forks that you can put on, if you want to be able to put all the cranks you want to put on, then you have to go for new specification. Now, with this bike, I'm limited with what I can put on this bike. So I'll put on, as you see, the SRAM NX group set. What's the 12-speed one? You can see here. You can pause the video, count the sprockets if you want to. There's a rear derailleur, long cage. The bottom one is the 14 tooth. Top one, the pulley, you can see 12 tooth up there. Now at the top here, you can see I've got the SRAM NX here. That's my shifter, 12-speed shifter. Eagle technology. Now, if you're that type of person who wants to run a better group set, you have to get yourself a SRAM GX Eagle you can put on it. You could put the SRAM XO1 Eagle. You could put the SRAM XX1 Eagle. You could put the cranks. You could put the chain. You could put the derailleur. However, if you're gonna go up in group set with SRAM to like GX, XO1 or XX1, if you're running the normal wheels, what will come with the Hyperglide drive body, you only can put Hyperglide cassettes on it. Most of the wheels that you're gonna get for a bike for 135, it's gonna be using Shimano's Hyperglide drive body. That's what the cassette goes on to. If you're running on the new specification on the bikes what uses boost, then you'll be able to have the 10 tooth cassette up into 50, 51, 52, whatever they offer you. Now, because this is just the normal specification, the old standards. This is from 11 tooth up to 50 tooth. The Shimano Dio will go from 11 tooth up to 51 tooth on the low gear. So this one's a low gear. This one down here is the high gear down here. So if you're looking to upgrade your bike, you have to keep that in mind. So you're going to be very limited with what you can go. So even if you got yourself a SRAM XX1, you still have to run onto this cassette because it runs on old specification. So this is the thing that I wanted to help people with and help you keep in mind. Everything else, like if you're talking about brakes, you can put any brake you want. Any brake would run, because at the back of this Specialized Rockhopper Sport, if I can get around, you can see that it's just your normal postman at the back. And if you want to go 180mm on this large frame, up to, I think it's from, if you get yourself a medium frame upwards, you can run 180mm. It shows it on the website. If you go on the website and go to their documents, it shows you. So if you're a medium frame up to XXL, you can have 180mm. If you're like the extra small and small frame, you only can run 160mm on this Specialized Rockhopper Sport. Just to keep that in mind. One thing I love about SRAM, as you can see here, they use the dub bottom bracket. That is that lock ring, what you adjust. If you got a little play, you turn it ever so slightly. You're not meant to do that tight. Do that tight, you'll definitely damage your bearings. You're meant to turn in the moment when it stops. That screw here, when you see that the two lips, the moment you touch, stop turning. Everything's fine. Do not over tighten, or you will cause damage to your components. You don't want to make that mistake. Be gentle and you'll be fine. So this is just a video to talk about the difference between new specification and old specification. So the only issue you can have with this bike is not tapered headset, so you give that a thumbs down. Now this is a 9mm for axle. Sorry, this is a 100mm 9mm dropout. For upgrades, thumbs down. The same for your back wheel. Is in the same predicament. Is using a 9mm dropout, 135mm, old specification. Wheels are very hard to get. So it has to be another thumbs down to that. The best thing about going for the new specification, all the wheels you want to put onto your bike goes on. All the forks you want to buy in the new specification goes on. All the cranks that you want to run on your bike, all the group sets that you want to run on your bikes with the new specification, good to go. If you're looking to be that type of person who wants to upgrade their bikes, please buy a bike with a new specification what has 148mm at the back, and at the front make sure it's the 110mm 50mm for axle. If you really are that type of person who wants to upgrade a bike and ride it for a long period of time, I strongly recommend you get yourself a bike with new specification. Make sure they support the boost hubs and you're good to go. As long as they support the boost hubs and you've got the tapered headset, you can always upgrade. However, if you're buying a bike as old specification, the number one problem you're going to have, wheel upgrades, fork upgrades. You're going to be very limited with what you can get. So, and those limited parts as well, if you're the type of person who don't want to be spending that much money, then you just have to go for the brand X washing chair and cycles. You can get the whole set for, was it like 160, 170 pound? They're not that expensive. You can easily get a new set of wheels like brand X, front and back, and get your bike running. If you don't mind spending the money, then you got the Hope Fortis, Industry 9, you got Nuke Proof, and those companies there will have you covered. The next company, if you're willing to spend money, is Halo Wheels. Halo 100% will have the wheel that you're looking for to fit onto this type of bike. However, you just gonna have to spend a little bit more than you're looking to spend. If you don't mind spending, then spend away. If you're looking to upgrade but you want to spend that much, then it's things like brand X. And if you're looking to upgrade this bike to 12 speed like I have, Shraman X Eagle is an entry group set. The reason I bought that because this is an entry level bike. So in life, you're not attracting what you want, you're attracting what you are. This is an entry level bike, so I gave it the entry level components. So I just kept everything on that same frequency. So I put entry level wheels on, entry level group set, everything just to go with the entry level bike I have here. If this was a high-end bike, I would have been running bare minimal a SRAM like XO1 or DOXT or something like that. If I was on a much higher end bike, I would definitely be going XTR, maybe go like DI2 if I had to. I'll definitely be going XX1 or like XX1 Axis. That's if I'm on a really high end. Then all the components will go high end on everything. However, if you're looking of purchasing like these bikes, what you have from like from the date of like 21, 22, 23 bikes, you're gonna have a very hard time upgrading. So hope this information helped out a lot. So just keep that in mind when you're about to upgrade. Are you a type of person who's going to be buying wheels, buying forks? If you are, it's going to be very difficult. That's just something for you to think about. This bike here is my trials bike. This is designed for stunts. So this is my stunt bike I do my skills on. It's the Echo Pure 26-inch. These are the HS 33s. Echo's version of, this is the Echo's version of it. I put my basic SRAM level brakes on. However, I did a video on this before where the pin would drop out. So I put super glue to serve as like that Loctite to keep the pin in. And so far the pin's staying in. Put a little tiny bit of super glue. Got 180mm rod at the front, hydraulic brake. Got 170mm cranks, DMR V12 pedals on it. And it's a pretty damn good bike. Very light as well. So this is Nature and Trials. Peace out.